My boyfriend, M34, asked me to pay a portion of his child support. My boyfriend wants me to pay a portion of his child support in a percentage split. Am I being unreasonable for not wanting to do that? Or is he making more sense? The backstory. My boyfriend, 34M, and I, 33F, have been together for 3.5 years, and I lived with him for 1.5 of those years. We had many ups and downs, and I recently decided to move out because I didn't see the relationship progressing in a healthy way. I got a new apartment, and we were starting to cut ties when we decided that we love each other and want to continue working on the relationship. He just started going to individual therapy, and I have been in my own therapy for 4 years now. We also briefly saw a couples therapist to help us communicate better and work on resolving conflicts. We both felt we were making progress in couples therapy, but we had to stop when our therapist had an emergency, and our communication slowly broke down. Now, my boyfriend is saying he would like me to move back in when my year lease is up at my current apartment. The situation. My boyfriend is an electrician and makes double my annual salary, not including side jobs that he takes for cash, which he doesn't need to claim for taxes. He has credit card debt that he hopes to wipe out in the next 3 years and no student loans. If I moved back, I would be commuting 2 hours each way, twice a week to get into work, which costs roughly $150 per month. $120 of that is covered by my work, but it is taxed so I don't get the full amount back. I have student loan debt and credit card debt that I am paying down. The credit card debt won't be wiped out for 5 years, and the student loans will take decades. He was grandfathered into his rent and pays $888 for a 2-bedroom with all utilities included. We share the car insurance, internet, groceries, and car maintenance. I also have a dog and cat that I pay the vet bills and food for, which costs me approximately $70 a month. He has a daughter for whom he pays roughly $700 in child support. I asked for a percentage split in our shared bills, excluding my pets and his child support payments. He told me no to the percentage split because we would be living in such a cheap apartment. My opinion is that I'm coming back from an overpriced 1-bedroom with more debt than him and less income. And I wanted help with the shared bills to save for a future property purchase and to get ahead of my credit debt to pay it off sooner. He was willing, but only if we included every single bill, event, movie, restaurant, and his child support payments into the pot. I said I wouldn't pay for his child support because that's not my responsibility, just like my pets aren't his. He said he wouldn't budge, and I either pay a portion of his child support or we split everything 50-50. I don't see how that's fair, as he makes double my annual income and has several thousand more in savings than I do. I said I only wanted the split for 1 year to get back on my feet so that I could contribute more in the future. Help me now so I can help us later. He said I should have found a cheaper place and that I chose to leave and put myself in this position. I don't disagree with that, but we are in a housing crisis, and it was a desperate need as I was unsure how I was going to retrieve my things after our bad breakup. I have made it clear that there are other things I'm willing to give up, such as moving cities, leaving the close proximity of work for a longer commute, leaving my friends and family, and trying to be a full partner again. My parents are helping me with a portion of my rent now, and he said that if I move back in, I should just keep taking money from them. I responded with, "You, as my partner, can't help me for 1 year to get back on my feet, but you feel comfortable telling me to continue asking my parents." He said he didn't want to turn into my parents and just give me money so I could live. He wants me to show him that I am able to handle my own bills with this cheap rent, because if I can't, then he doesn't see how it would work with a mortgage. I don't disagree with that logic, but again, I only asked for this split for 1 year, and then we'd go back to 50-50. I love my boyfriend very much, and I know he loves me. We have both compromised on many other things, but this is a big one for me. So Reddit, what do I do? Do I say let's put everything into the pot, including child support? It doesn't seem fair to me, but perhaps I'm too involved to see it. Thank you for all of the feedback. I told him that I wasn't going to pay any portion of his child support, and he said then we needed to split everything 50-50. I told him he needed to understand that no matter what I do, I am not in a field that will be able to make the same amount of income as him. I also emailed the person who wrote the percentage split article, and he agreed with me and many of you that his child is his responsibility and that it is in no way up to me to help compensate for it. When I told him this, he said he understood but needed to decide if he still wanted to continue the relationship. I reminded him that he should want to be with me for who I am and not just for financial reasons, and that I contribute in other areas of our life as well. He still wouldn't budge, so I've decided this is no longer an option. We broke up for a reason, and I don't want to be with someone who doesn't appreciate my contributions. Sometimes it helps to have many people remind you that you're not being unreasonable.